Vikings fans, welcome to the one and only place for the best after show talk about Vikings. Oh my God, this episode. Let's get right to it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Check us out. Hello,
What's
everyone.
up, Viking fans? How's it going?
Welcome. So first and foremost, to the big camera, to everyone out there, our apologies. We are running a little bit late today, but you guys in the live chat are blowing up. You are crazy. We love the comments. We see you.
Yes.
We're there. We're going to get right to it. We promise. But we have to talk about who we are in our fabulous Christmas gear today. My name, by the way, is James Simmons, and you can find me on YouTube at Ask the NP.
Hey guys, my name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane.
Hey guys, my name is Jaco, and you can find me on social media at Grape Escape TV. I am sporting today a red Christmas hat with a white in.
You are
Red and green together.
Look at that.
She is sporting some,
I got snowflake earrings, though I don't know how much you can
and
see.
James over there is sporting.
Like your
Do you
sweater.
like this sweater? We gotta go big camera. We gotta go wide camera here because do you like this? This is from the clearance rack in the Macy's women's section last weekend for an ugly Christmas sweater party. And damn it, if I didn't win that party with my shoulder pads and everything. Blam!
Boom! Hey, Merry Christmas, everybody!
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
If you don't
Yay.
celebrate Christmas, happy time off of work. We're drinking some beer, and we are here to talk about In the Uncertain Hour Before the Morning.
It's a very long title, but appropriately
Oh my God.
named.
For what kind of felt like a long episode, a little bit.
was very long.
But in a good, thank you,
Yes.
Jaco. Jaco's pouring me beer. In a super good way, it felt like a long episode.
Yes.
Like I wanted more.
Was the episode actually longer?
No.
No.
right.
It just was
the same.
very dense. It had a lot of information. A lot of things happened. It was not a filler. It wasn't like, man, we're waiting for this thing to happen because that thing happened.
Cheers, guys. Sorry.
Cheers.
Before we carry on, hey, you guys out there, live
Cheers.
chat and watching in the after
Yes.
world, after buzz world. Cheers to you.
Valhalla.
So,
Ooh, good.
you know, sometimes we do this. We go chronological, just like the episode, and sometimes we break it down into storylines. So clearly in this episode, there were only two storylines, and they were both huge. We are starting with Kattegat. And as someone in the live chat put it, I don't think I can actually string those words together, even on the internet, and not get some sort of fine for it. But she was like the dirty slut, whore, bitch, something.
Yes. Thank you. That was on the live chat, and I loved how you wrote that. That was very funny. You were very happy about Aslaug. We agree.
dead. It's dead.
Yes.
She's dead.
Dead.
The evil witch is dead. Haha.
Dun, 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 right. The wicked
Yay.
witch is dead.
Not the
The
wicked-
wicked.
Yes.
So, and okay, also in the live chat, and this was my first thought when this happened. Well, hold on.
Wait, we need to say how we
gotta
saw
back
it.
it up. Right.
Okay.
All right,
Hold
Carrie,
on,
break it
guys.
down. Carrie, break it
So
down.
guys, we had some technical difficulties at the studio, and the first 10 minutes of the episode was not recorded.
Don't.
And so when we sit down to watch it, the very first scene we have is kind of Ragnar in a cage for a moment, and then it cuts to Aslaug dead, and we were like,
And we missed the first 10 minutes, so we had to
Yeah.
watch the rest of the episode knowing that Aslaug died, but not knowing how.
yes.
Oh, God.
And then we had to go back, and then like right before we came in here, we're like watching all on the computer together. We're like, yes.
We're like, oh my God, she died.
so, and then we're like, all right, now we're up to date.
And not died how I thought you would die.
No,
yeah,
no.
me neither. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
But that's where
Well, I
that's where I
thought
was going with
it
this.
had to be a body injury because I'm like, that body looked intact. So when
Yeah.
the fight went
Totally.
down, I'm like, maybe she'll just
She
stab
probably
her in the stomach.
strangled herself or something.
No, her neck was nice.
no,
oh, so
she-
wait, you thought she killed herself, right? Did you say
thought,
that?
yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she killed herself. Mm-hmm. It'd only be fitting for someone like Aslaug.
Like Aslaug. That's what some of you guys
Yeah.
put in the comments. And I think
Yes.
somebody said that last week for you guys out there. And by the way, just you know that this is a conversation. So if you're in the live chat, we're talking to you. Carrie and
Yes.
Jaco are on the phone. Also, we get to comments afterwards. We appreciate all those comments that you guys give us, both the good and the bad. We try to do this and get better every week for you. And I think one of you guys out there also, Jaco, thought that
Yes.
the Aslaug was going to kill herself. But no, she dies in sort of a dirty, icky way.
Yep.
It was a little disappointing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually would have wanted Lagerthaand to just do like well, that's nice. Take the sword and just stab her right there in the stomach.
I thought she was going to do like a ninja spin and slice the head while the waiter was still intact.
Just something facing her.
Yeah,
I felt that in the back. I mean, the arrow was pretty damn cool, and like Aslaug gets her moment to walk away, and then it's like, no.
Well,
But I'd want to see her face.
There's two things here.
Yes.
I think the one is that I don't think Aslaug is deserving of a loyal or a great death.
Fair enough.
I think you deserve an arrow in the back, you piece of shit fuck.
So it took me 37 seconds to get there, Jaco, and maybe you guys got there faster than I did. But I was like, wait, Lagerthaand, no, like you're better than that to shoot her in the back. Wait a minute. If she dies in the back with an arrow, maybe she doesn't go to Valhalla. So maybe Lagerthaand did this on purpose. Like it was like a dishonorable death.
Yes.
And that's why she's like, oh, boop, no, you're going to go to the opposite of Valhalla. Whatever that is.
It's
the other one.
Valhalla.
Have they talked about the opposite? Or do they have a, you just don't go to Valhalla?
I'm sure, well, I'm sure one of you guys out there, Amir will correct us, or one of you guys out there will correct us with whatever the opposite of Valhalla is. So, but she gets the full-on Viking funeral. I mean, the garb and the send-off. And
somebody here at Time 30 said, oh yeah, we got to see Aslaug burn. So good. So yeah, we did to see the whole Viking.
Totally.
And somebody else said Aslaug kebab.
They've been waiting. Somebody been waiting to say that. Or as we call her, Aslaug kebab.
Something really interesting in the beginning here that they bring out again in the episode is the witch. So Aslaug saying, well, Lagerthaand saying, you're a witch or you bewitched my husband. And then Aslaug saying, well,
she doesn't say no.
Well, she doesn't say no, but she also says, I didn't know that you can have power over a man. However, Hubbard had power over her. I don't know if that's maybe something we can play with, but do you guys think she's a witch?
I don't know. The only thing she has is visions, yes? The only thing she is actively had is visions.
Yeah, which we don't...
But I mean, for me, like, for her to be more of a witch, quote unquote, I would want her to actively do something. Like, just because she gets visions, I'm like, meh, whatever. Or at least if that's all of her witchy powers, I'm very unimpressed.
Maybe she's more like the Long Island medium.
She drinks cow blood.
Yep.
That's true. She does. She was doing
she
witchy
wears
shit.
Beast's head.
Oh yeah.
She sees visions, and she's the son and daughter of. She just happened to be where Ragnar was on their trip. That's bullshit.
Right. With her little fairies that were around her.
Fuck
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I think you're. Yeah.
There might be some magic there.
You have convinced me, Jaco Vienings, that I am now on Team Aslaug was a witch.
Okay. Well, she doesn't want to. She is a witch. She's also a bitch, and
she doesn't say no. She's
doesn't
not
say
like, no, I'm not.
She didn't want to fight. She got an arrow in the back. Now she's dead. Not in Valhalla. So congratulations. And now we see her getting a little funeral. We're all good. But now the boys come in to play.
I do like sons. Chat room. Thank you. That wasn't a funeral. That was a celebration for us viewers. Yes.
Great.
We did kind of want her death for a while.
You guys hated Aslaug as much as we hate it. I love it. That's great.
I love how we like, even without thinking, we say Aslaug now.
Aslaug, right.
I think at the beginning, I kind of dug her. I thought she was an interesting character. And then it was just like, all right, I'm done.
Down she went. Jaco Vienings, I need a refill.
Yep, sir. But the boys, let's talk about the boys. The sons come in. Sigurd, Ube. What the hell's going on there?
You know, these boys, I kind of feel bad because the woman that they've been like essentially sexually assaulting, she has to come in and be like, you need to go back and whatever. And they have a very typical reaction, like sons, rough, tough, tumble sons
just
of
like
mother.
I mean, you killed my mother, just like any son would.
Of course they're going to react, right? Except Sigurd's is super interesting because he's like, well, I maybe didn't love her all that much because I don't think she loved us either.
You know what, James?
I like that answer a lot.
Very interesting. Someone earlier said, I can't find it now, but said, I love how Sigurd saw through his mother's BS.
Totally.
So it's in the comments. So good job on that, guys.
Yeah.
We love it.
No, I think Sigurd probably absolutely felt that way in terms of like, Mom only loved Ivar. She didn't care about us, and she loved
Harbard.
Yes, that guy.
Oh,
that guy.
That guy.
Who was maybe...
No, I don't feel that way
Maybe
about him,
makes sense now that Harbard is like in this in-between. Maybe he's a god, maybe he's not.
They had that discussion too,
and she was a witch.
Yep.
So maybe they could relate to each other. Maybe we're getting off a little bit. We're getting away from the episode. That is okay. We're sticking to it for you guys. So, you know, I really did think that conversation was really great. And it gave us just a little bit more personality about who Ube and who Sigurd were.
Yes.
Like Sigurd just has a gang of bitterness towards everyone. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
Aslaug.
He's
Mother
a
doesn't love
survivor
me.
though too, because he's like
smart.
yeah, he's very smart. He's like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna take on an entire room of guards. Ube's like screw this shit.
Well, but that's a very Ragnar move. I was like,
is.
whoa, he's like
Well,
Ragnar.
both is a Ragnar move, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
Both is a Ragnar move. I also think
He sat
even
back
though
and watched, too.
Yes, yes, he would. He would assess the situation. You know.
Yep.
Fight, run, hide. That's what you do in an emergency.
Right.
Yeah.
Run,
But
fight,
no, I was exactly. Sorry, I think I had those wrong. No, Sigurd's like
Yeah.
No, but what I was saying is, I think Sigurd is the smartest, but I also think he would die first of all the brothers.
For lack of fighting skills?
Just
or-
because I just think he is the
Sigurd?
most. Yeah, I just think he's the most unimportant brother there is right now.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same. Like,
We're both like,
huh.
But
I
anyway,
thought of that. Yeah.
Interessante.
Yeah.
I'll say it in Spanish for
But
you.
when they have a
Muy
conversation
interesante.
together, Ube and Sigurd, it's also interesting to see how they talk to about their mother together. Like even
Yes.
Sigurd's like, she's a witch. Ube's like, well, still our mother.
Sigurd's like, and
Which I'm a little bit there. Like even when you're like mad at your mom, like you don't want anybody to kill her.
yeah.
Like, could you please not like shoot an arrow at my mom's back? Like she
Yeah.
might have been a bitch, but like she's my
Well,
bitch.
what if-
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, she might have been a bitch, but what if that bitch never loved you? I mean, what? At some point you draw the line, right? Which is what he said.
True.
She
Yeah.
never loved us. She only loves Ivar, which she also doesn't like, by the way.
No.
Right. She actually probably doesn't really. But and the poor
Yep.
boys, of course, they're like, our mom just died, and I can't really kill Lagerthaand because I don't want to. And oh, by the way, this random woman just shows up in our room,
Astrid.
That's
yes.
true.
and is like, yeah, you should be afraid.
Why?
Don't kill Lagerthaand because I'm gonna kill you if you do.
And why do you guys think that? Like, if you do kill Lagerthaand, if I'm not even afraid of Lagerthaand, why would I be afraid of you? Why do you guys think?
Well, I think the problem is they don't really know her, so they don't
Okay.
have any reason to know to be afraid of her. But I
we,
do. I agree.
we know that she's
Yeah.
not even half the fighter that Lagerthaand is.
Right.
Well, she's just claiming her territory.
there's a few
Astrid's
nuts.
like, yeah, back
Poker.
off. Yep.
Poker.
Yep.
Poker face.
It's
Okay.
just like
Fair
poker.
enough.
You
Yeah.
you might be holding like
Bluffing.
a 2 and a
Yes.
10, but you might be bullshitting like you're holding a huge hand.
Yep.
And I think that's what she's flexing, if you will, like
Yeah.
the young
Yeah.
kids say these days.
And she's protecting her
Yeah.
significant other as well.
Totally.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Apparently, we have won over someone in the chat for Mullet Kid to live.
Mullet kid.
Yeah, that hair
That's
is
right.
pretty unfortunate.
Oh, it's
Actually,
rough.
when she
Good
first
job.
came in, Astrid's like, I want to change the way you guys look. I
Oh
kind
my
of was
God,
like,
I loved
do you
it.
mean literally like you hate their
I was
haircuts or something?
I right
Like,
away.
he already changed Ube's face quite a bit, but let's
Yeah.
work on the haircut.
You're like,
I
oh
don't
no,
wanna change
it's how they
Ube's
look and
face.
stuff.
No, did you see his face?
No, he
His
it got
nose
beat
and
up.
his
Yeah,
eye
that
and
was good.
It was kind of
prosthetics.
sexy,
Yeah.
I thought. I don't know. I think
Yeah,
I think
I
Ube's cute. I don't know. Are y'all with me? I think Ube's a good-looking dude. Sigurd is not. Ivar is not. What's the
Ivar
other
has
kid?
a bad haircut. Svitzik.
Vitzik.
Svitzik, he is
Well,
the
she's with
best
Bjorn,
looking.
so-
He's with Bjorn, which didn't come up in this episode, but just as a panel,
yes.
if you think Vitzik is the prettiest and most handsome.
Svitzik.
You're all alone in that one, y'all. Sorry, no. I think Ube
okay.
is
I think
the most
Ube's
handsome.
really good looking. Svitzik is cute. Ivar, it's his haircut.
Right. If he'd shave his head,
He probably
know,
looked
you know,
better. If
Vitzik-
that like bowl line cut looks
right.
bad.
Vitzik looks like someone out of Lord of the Rings, one of the elves.
Yes, he does. He
Boom,
does.
nailed it. Okay,
He's
let's
like
move on,
very
guys.
pretty.
All right,
England
Anyways,
is coming
yes.
on, and I want to just say real quick
Yes.
while James is transitioning to England, we're going to do that.
Yeah.
Give us a thumbs up if you're still in the chat and viewing this video even after the episode has gone. Give us a thumbs up on the video.
Oh, yeah, please.
Throw a comment. You guys have been so lively in the comments, and we
Yes.
reply. Like, we're with you on that.
Totally.
So throw it down
Totally.
there. I can't wait to hear from you.
even when you call us stupid,
Yes.
we reply. Even though we don't think we're stupid. We're just having fun up here, and we hope you guys are having fun with it
Because
too.
we're fans.
And guess what was so fun and so tense? I
Yes.
haven't felt this tension in a while on this show. Was that this first scene? Well, not the first scene, but the scene, the first scene with Egbert and Ragnar, where they're talking to each other. Ugh. The whole time I was like, "What's gonna happen?" I was like,
oh
so
yeah,
tense.
loved it. Loved it.
The first scene when they spoke to each other, so right when they went into the room, when he told them to leave.
when he kicks Ethelwulf out. I mean, we can back up a little bit
even
and be
just
like,
where is he? And then he's like, he's locked up. How dare you, my stupid, stupid son?
and
Leave us.
He's like, leave us.
Yeah, he's like,
Get
go
out.
away.
And did you see Ethelwulf, though, in the beginning of this when he was like, don't you know who that is?
It's Ragnar.
Ragnar Lothbrok. Lock him up. Look what I did.
Nobody runs in.
After
All
you
the
ask for
guards-
his autograph.
And they're all like,
All the guards are like,
should we go? Okay, I
you sure?
guess. Well,
He's not doing anything.
oh my God, Ethelwulf, he's such a little punk.
He's a little loser.
God, I can't stand that dude.
Yeah.
We haven't stood that dude since day one.
Day one, episode.
Yeah, I don't think
7.
I've ever really.
Yeah.
No, he's a
So
decent
that, but he brings Ragnar in a cage. He plops him down right in front of Egbert, and Egbert's like, "Where is he?" And he comes in and he's like, "Ethelwulf, get out!" And hence begins the chess match between Egbert and Ragnar.
Which also, James, a chess match for sure, because in this chat they said that a whole lot of mind games between the two, right? Mind games, but also
absolutely.
not. Like being really straightforward with each other, but then also Ragnar is really working with a long plan here, and I think we both know that.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
the rebuttal of that. He's like, me too. I'm doing the same thing.
Right, well, right, because Egbert's like
Yeah.
it was a strategy. It was a part of a longer and bolder strategy.
And Ragnar's like, same thing, dude.
So was mine, right?
Yeah.
Why did you take so long to come back? Well, it was a part of a longer, bolder strategy. And you're like, ooh, that was amazing.
Which, by the way, bolder strategy, I think we can all agree now, and this will be a pretty interesting point, what that strategy is right now already, before we, almost like a little, what do you call it?
a little prediction.
Prediction, yeah.
Well, we do. So there's this interplay of we're now seeing what Ragnar's trying to do with Ivar. Because remember, he tells Ivar last episode before we go in, act helpless, act like you don't know, you
Yes.
can't handle yourself. And then he brings Ivar in and he's like, please just feed my poor son. Make sure he
Yes,
has
he's
some
eating.
food before I eat. And he's playing up this whole thing
love
that Ivar is like incapable of probably taking over all of England, which, a little foreshadowing. We know maybe happens.
Yes. It's maybe better to stay away from the history books here, because it's almost going to ruin your
That's true.
show. Yeah, let's
true.
not worry about that.
Like the history. Oh, yeah, no, it's all right. But thank you guys for really. I love how much you guys know about history, because you're all chatting about it.
Seriously.
Because we know
That's
nothing.
what the comments are. I mean, yeah, I haven't looked it
Or
up
little.
either. But yeah, you guys are talking about how Ivar was one of the most ruthless Vikings in history, and how I do like this random comment that Egbert and Ragnar are same person, different worlds.
Ragnar, yes.
Back to Ragnar and Egbert.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're like the same guys,
Very
different
good.
worlds.
Who?
Yep.
I can't say it yet because I want to
What?
wait. I have to wait.
Oh, okay.
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
They were the same person in different worlds who were in love with the same man.
Yes. Yes.
Come on, we got.
Athelstan.
We'll get there.
Whole
we'll get
different
there.
level at this
I
point.
know
Yeah.
because
Whole different level.
we're gonna break down what it means to be in love with somebody. There's a different kind of love. Just saying.
Let's bring it back to this conversation of Egbert and Ragnar.
Thank you, Jaco. Bringing us back.
Yes.
No, but I didn't listen to what you were just saying.
up?
What did you say?
No, we're gonna talk about Athelstan and the love they have
No,
for him
yes.
in a little bit.
We are going to talk about the different worlds back in the day, in a different life they were together and in love with the same man. We're going to talk about it in a second. But first, this conversation between Egbert and Ragnar, they're talking about 3 things, right?
Yep.
Bring
the
it.
one is no harm will happen to Ivar. He brings him in.
Right.
Okay. What did he say when he left?
Don't
Don't fuck with them.
Why does he say that? James, you're so silly.
Because
And Egbert's like, what did he say? He said, thank you.
Thank you. Right. What did he say? Thank you. And Egbert knows.
He's like, yeah, sure he did. Okay,
I wasn't
so
born yesterday.
Ivar, and then religion.
Well, before that, this morning,
before
and
that.
that's because this conversation spans the whole episode, and then
Yes.
they spoke about farmers might do it. The farmers what he's doing. Like we all,
Right.
he actually saying it upright. He's the only person he's mentioned this to, because everybody thought it was just his son that made the choice, and he was mad at everybody. And this nobleman had everybody killed.
Yes, that conversation.
Yes. So that's done. And then Magnus. That's the 3 things that happens in the initial conversation of them while he's still in the cage.
Huge. And huge that Egbert just comes right out. I sort of love this. This is like what you talk about in corporate strategy when you're like, let's get the bad news out of the way. Like, yep, I ordered the killing of all of your people. All right, cool. So let's
Moving
move on.
on, yeah.
By the way, this is Magnus. And you know, like, he is very ceremonial about how he brings him out. Like, oh, look at your son who could not be, and there's nothing wrong with being soft.
James. Yes, James.
I have to be all politically correct and woo woo woo, whatever. There's nothing wrong with being soft and not knowing how to fight or whatever. But this little boy comes out and he could not be any less like Ragnar.
You ain't Ragnar's son.
Beautiful gown and like cute hair, and he's like
soft little face.
Does not have an evil thing in his eyes like all of Ragnar's other kids done.
Let's put Ivar at that age and this boy next to each other.
Oh.
And that's Ragnar's son right there.
Ivar was killing people from a wagon at 4 years old.
Yeah.
This boy was playing with wagons. So okay,
Yeah.
but let me just say this guy. When I was thinking,
pretty.
You're too pretty. So
He's too pretty.
it's funny because Ragnar is basically pulling the Star Wars scene where saying, "Luke, I'm not your father."
Oh, love that. Love that moment. He's like, yeah, your birth must be a miracle. What do you mean, Dad?
What do you mean, Dad?
Because we never had sex, which
Cheers to
I
that.
totally thought that way back when. I'm like, I don't really think Magnus is his kid.
Then do you remember that though? He was being literal and symbolic at the same time. Quinthrith, all she ever did was piss on me. Do you remember back
Yes.
that
Yeah.
When he
2
got
episodes
shot.
ago?
Oh,
She
yes.
actually pissed on him.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So why?
That is literal and figurative.
Why
right?
say that Magnus is her son? Because it spared the son's life when they were taking over
Yes.
Magnolia.
That
I can't
time,
remember the kingdom.
absolutely.
Magnolia.
What's the kingdom's name?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
You
Okay.
threw me off either. Northumbria.
No,
Yes.
that's King Ayla.
Oh,
Oh, her kingdom
Yeah.
thing?
Kingdom.
Yes.
The shitty one. The son one is all like there's no like traffic lights, nothing.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway,
yeah.
but yes.
So they were attacking that one, taking
Yes.
it over, and so I think she said it because she wanted to save her own life, son's life.
yes.
Yes.
So is that it? Is that the whole storyline here? And it just fucked out of the window when they sent them out of the castle.
But or is it the whole storyline, right?
Yeah,
Because
that's another thing,
Ethelwolf,
too.
the little punk ass, sends
Him away.
pretty Magnus.
I don't want to go. I'm happy here.
Right, and
You're like,
because why? He's never known anything else, right? If
Yeah.
this boy has been protected under the
Yeah.
king his whole life, he's had everything handed to him. Of course, he's not going to
know,
be like Ragnar.
He's never been in the forest.
He's not going to want to go.
He's
Right.
never been in the woods. He says there's animals, and it's raining. I mean, this is bad, guys.
This,
It's
Well, there's
raining.
a few things to that because yes, Athelwolf wasn't there during that conversation, so he does not know. From
well, hold on. Let's
se.
bring the viewers with us a little bit because
Yes.
we talked about this a little bit
Jumped
offline.
ahead a little bit, yeah.
So because we're wondering the strategy, and we want to know what you guys think too. What was the strategy of
Yeah.
Ethelwolf kicking Magnus out? Because if you think about it, Ethelwolf was not in the room
Yeah.
when Ragnar was like, "I didn't fuck Quinthrith. Like this ain't my son."
Maybe
But-
he was just outside the door listening.
Could have been. So does Ethelwolf
like-
still think that Magnus is Ragnar's son, and is this a strategic move to kick him out? Did he hear that? Like what? Why?
Give it
is
to
all
us.
of a
Let us
sudden-
know.
Could
Yeah.
it just have been a weird coincidence, and that's a thing that they've done too as a tradition?
But we, as Michael Hirst and the other writers of Vikings have taught us, ne'er are there coincidences
That's
in
true.
this show.
This is true.
Everything
Yes,
means
this is true.
something
Yeah,
eventually.
okay.
So this is very interesting. Everything. I would love to know you guys' thoughts because I'm a little perplexed about this one
Yeah,
too.
why'd they
Like,
kick him out?
what's the strategy for kicking Magnus
I
out?
don't know.
Very, very
No, that
interesting.
is a good point. I think we'll definitely see some on the comments there in the next few days.
Yeah.
Yep.
For sure. So with Ragnar, because this whole episode in England plays
Mercia.
off Mercia. That's it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, chat room.
Dum, dum.
Mercia, thank you,
Mercy,
chat room.
merci beaucoup.
Oh, mercy, mercy me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you guys think of this? Back to Egbert and Ragnar.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, chat room. This is a good point. It's funny how now that Egbert and Ragnar are older, they seem to both be dealing with the consequences of their actions and their actions toward each other.
Uh-huh.
I felt they both were having a moment where they're both old. Like when Ragnar falls on the ground and like Egbert's having trouble like getting down to the ground when they're
Well,
both
they-
like drunk. I'm like,
They're both drunk, right?
they're both old, like feeling old.
Right.
A comment earlier said
Yeah.
that they think Ragnar was not drunk, especially when they got to the serious part talking about they were arguing about Christianity and the Valhallaism,
Uh-huh.
Vikingism, and so that was just kind of fun and games. Would you guys agree? The gods and all that kind of stuff, but then the conversation turned towards Athelstan and got
Yes.
very serious.
Yes.
And I don't think that Athelstan is dead. I don't think that Ragnar was
How
drunk.
drunk he was. Well, I think as a Viking, he could probably hold his alcohol a lot better than
Way better.
Egbert. So
For sure.
I think Egbert needed that alcohol to be as vocal about
And
all
honest.
his opinions and
Yeah.
honest. I think Ragnar doesn't give a fuck kind of attitude at this moment. Even his things like maybe there's no gods at all. So maybe it was just on the tipsy side. I mean, I think he was still in control.
I gotta go totally 179.9 degrees opposite of you in this one.
Okay.
I think Ragnar cares a lot. And I think this is maybe
what?
not about the gods.
Not talking.
I think this is all strategic. I think this entire conversation that Ragnar has had with Egbert has been planned out in Ragnar's head
for 8 years.
For the 8 years he was gone.
Agreed.
He knew this conversation was coming, and he was like, and I'm going to get talking about this, and we got to deal with this Magnus thing, because you remember he knew about it when Athelwulf picked him up or whatever. He's got to talk about this Magnus thing. We got to talk about religion, because he knows he can get Egbert with religion and Athelstan. So he's like, I got to bring this up, because remember, Ragnar starts the conversation. What if neither of our gods actually exist?
So he did bring it up. That's a good point.
I think
I meant more, he doesn't care in terms of he will say more.
It's a puppet master.
He's less reserved in general. But calculated, yes, absolutely.
There's still
Thank you. That's what I'm looking
There's still
for.
a point there where they talk about Athelstan's death.
Yes.
Where Ragnar's looking up his eyes all teary. I don't think that's faking, because we all know how much Ragnar loved him. And so, yes, the conversation is going his way, and he's maybe puppet mastering the whole conversation, but both are real. Like, that's not something that he's faking.
For 100%.
With Magnus, do we think Aethelwulf is his father? Because Quenthrith and Aethelwulf did have sex, didn't they?
They did several times.
So could he be? Promise she slept around a little too much, so it's hard to say.
I like the silence. It means we're all
like,
thinking.
Both are bitchy enough, so.
Yeah.
Quenthrith and Ethelwulf should have made a child together.
Yes.
Well,
Because
not
it would make sense.
Quenthrith, Ethelwulf and the kid both.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Good point.
Poor Magnus. He didn't ask for this life.
But he asked for the role, and he got it. And you will deal the hand and take it. So there you go.
Ta-da. Very
Chat
interesting.
room definitely agrees with you of Ragnar planning.
Yeah, thank you. This
Always a step ahead, yes.
he is. Even his I took this backwards too, even to the way he was acting in Kattegat. When he came in and he was like, "Who wants to be king?" and then he didn't, and then he was all like, "Well, no one wants to go to England with me," and he was giving everything away, and all of this dude is at 8 years. He's a mastermind before he went away.
He's a long-term planner.
Does this bring
Totally.
it all back full circle, where we all thought like he's a piece of shit now, and so he was completely in control of everything the whole time.
Of course he was. He's Ragnar motherfucking Lothbrok. He even knows, because you guys told us this in on the comments, you guys watching, that historically, whether or not Ragnar was actually real, no one actually knows. But historically, Ragnar dies in a pit of snakes by the hand of King Aila.
And King Aila in another episode has a pit of snakes
Has
that
a
we
pit
saw.
of snakes. They're kind of setting this up, right? Because remember that King Aila, and he pushes his little deputy dude in the snakes a couple seasons ago. So they're setting this up, and does Ragnar even know that? Like, does he even know I really am gonna die, but this is for the betterment of my legacy, and I'm gonna die to go to Valhalla?
No. Sorry, St. James. I think there's to some degree, yes, to that. But he's got a vision. He's got a plan where, with the crippled son, he wants to overthrow England. His final vision is to overtake England. He didn't care about France. Maybe he did, but his son is going to do that part of the journey. He wants to overcome England. And he is doing this whole plan with the crippled son. Make sure you take my son back to England safe to go tell my brothers, fuck that. He's going to go back home and they're going to overthrow England. It's all a big plan. It's nothing to do with his legacy, I think, my point of view, nothing to do with his own legacy, because he's already so far down the road that he doesn't even see himself as a king anymore.
But even if you think that, like, so why would he care so much about England then? Like, if he's like, because I'm with you. I was thinking this too. I'm like, England is the big prize, right? And he's going for it.
Okay, so this is why I think he cares about England in the match, for two reasons. The first smaller reason is the farming community that they killed. He wanted revenge. That's why he told everybody, but that might not even be true, because they killed his own Vikings there. The main reason why he went back to England, I think, is because in episode 1 of season 1, him and Rollo were fighting, and some seer or some godly man gave him a sunstone, which is going to take them to England.
So that
was his life dream, his life goal. That's what he needed to accomplish in his life. That was his legacy. That's what I think.
All right.
Wow, look at you going take all the way back to episode 1, season 1. My goodness. Wow, we got like super. Maybe you should host an after show about Vikings. Oh, what do you think about? Check out the big brains on James.
You got it all figured out, James.
We've only had like 7
You have a
beers.
sunstone. He has a sunstone.
Snake pit thing brought up by the chat room. Good point. Doesn't Sigurd have the eye of the serpent, and could that be foreshadowing for Ragnar's death as well?
Very good.
That's a good
so
point,
you guys keep us. This is a conversation, right? This is why we do this.
Isn't this what we need, guys? Isn't this what we need? We need you guys to just keep us in check and give us all this small tidbits of information to make this all nice, fluent, and bring it all full circle, right?
Right. And just all the stuff we forget.
Yep.
But what we don't forget, I feel like we have to talk about this. These two dudes lose their mind. They talk about religion, they talk about killing your people, they talk about whatever, and then these two lose their mind over Athelstan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who we know we all love, but like this, I literally wrote down one true love. Like this, and I don't mean this, I know I make lots of gay jokes and whatever, but I don't mean this in a gay way. But I think that Athelstan was both Ragnar and Ecbert's one true love.
Well, you mean it in a soulmate kind of way. There's
Totally.
soulmates.
Yeah.
And I think you can be have a soulmate without fucking them.
Yes.
Like,
But no, that's already extreme. Like, you're just gonna have this many soulmates in life.
Totally.
My wife
They're
taught me this.
a true connection. They have
Yes.
a true connection with him.
And even clearly it goes beyond. Like if you fast forward, I know Ragnar knew this, but the second he saw that kid that Judith brought in, he was like, that's Athelstan's son.
Yeah.
Like he didn't even need to be told because that connection was surpasses reality. Like it's wherever Athelstan is, heaven or Valhalla, and earth. Like
Heaven.
Yeah.
You think heaven?
For sure. Because he was all godly before he left. I think that's what the side that he chose.
Maybe he can go between them.
He's
There's like a space of multiple
He gets to
afterlives, and
go.
he's allowed to hop between them.
Are there actually different afterlives though?
I feel there's like a cartoon image or something I've seen where like they're all in a area, and you can walk up to a different
And just
one.
party between them.
Yeah.
What if the gods and heaven and Valhalla don't actually exist?
That was Ragnar's point. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I was thinking that when they brought out Athelstan's son, and you almost see, I almost thought that Ragnar was going to bow to him. Athelstan's son, that's very difficult to say with the amount of beer that I had. Athelstan's son is, I think, the most important character in this whole story right now. Maybe well, Bjorn, there's a lot of important people, but and maybe in this side of the storyline, I think Athelstan's son is the most important character, because both the king and Ragnar, it's under their pinky.
Chat room brought up the point that I like this and I totally agree with Athelstan. He was the one good-hearted person that they both needed, that they both needed some of that innocence in their life, and he was not corrupted. So, and he was just like pure goodness.
Was he corrupted because he was corrupted from Christianity to start following the Valhalla gods?
No, religion aside, his entity of he was never an evil, malicious person.
Well, he had sex with a married man's wife. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, there's that too.
And he killed a few people, but that's aside.
In comparison, though, to Egbert and Ragnar.
I mean, for the 1100s, yes.
For comparatively to Ragnar and Egbert, he's like
a middle way.
saint.
Yeah, he swiped right on one person. That's all good.
And then here's another one, Hamto. Athelstan was the bridge that both kings desired to understand each other.
Oh. All right, Hamtu, getting all deep on us in the chat room. Thank you very much. I would love to know you guys' comments too, if you're watching after the fact and not live, about Athelstan's role, this one true love thing. Was he the bridge? Whatever. Clearly, this dude, this is the most influential. Well, I don't know. I can't say of any show ever, but this is one of the most influential dead characters of any show ever.
I've ever seen, for sure. Athelstan has been playing a role throughout the whole 4 seasons. One thing I did want to bring up with this whole thing before we end it off, and I think we should spend some time on predictions as well, because the folks, you guys at home, really liked us. Actually, this is kind of mulling it over. There's a lot of talk about who needs to kill who. I think it's a big point. So Ragnar is dead set, you have to kill me. And this is going to bring this whole storyline also to an end. Yep.
Well, I think that's where we kicked this off, Jaco. That was a beautiful transition into prediction time.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
So, why do we do that noise with predictions? Like, why is it that? Is
It's
Are
Zach.
we-
Zach,
Are we
what the
seeing-
hell?
Oh, we didn't even say hi to Zach.
Zach.
Everybody say hi to Zach.
Zach is our engineer
Steve's
tonight.
on vacation. Zach is our engineer tonight. Say hi, Zach.
Hey guys.
Oh,
What's
there
up,
he
baby?
is. Sorry, bud. We're dickheads for
We
being.
use the theremin music because it's creepy, and you're supposed to have creepy predictions, I guess.
Oh, okay.
well,
so
news to me.
so that's a challenge. Creep
I
us
love
all
it.
out.
Challenge
Creep everyone.
accepted.
That's Zach, by the way. At Room, everybody say hi to Zach. He's an awesome engineer. Sorry, but I can't start with predictions tonight because I don't know what I think is going to happen, honestly. So I'm going to lean on my co-hosts and the Room. You guys down there, let us know. Carrie, you got any predictions?
Okay.
And we got a little time for these too, so you know.
Yes. I think I like Ragnar's plan that it will go the other way, that Ivar will go back to Kattegat, and I think he's going to be very upset that his mom's dead. But I think he likes his father more, so he'll move forward faster. And then he's going to rally all his brothers to come back and rain holy hell on England and kill a whole bunch of people and be like, we're going to accomplish the mission that our father didn't get to do. I do think, depending on how historical the show's going to be, which it has been pretty far so far, Ragnar will die in the pit of snakes, maybe, but there might be a little more bend to that of historical fiction. But I feel
Because we got to keep the show going. Like, this is
I
a
feel he won't
ratings hit
die
right now,
till the
and like
end of the season.
you kill off Ragnar Lothbrok, like what happens to Vikings as a
Well,
show?
that
Like
could
in reality, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
phew.
But I feel that could be the end. Like maybe Vikings is a 4-season, like 4/5.
They're already still
no?
filming season 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I don't know how Ivar's gonna die then. Ragnar's gonna
Ragnar?
die. And I do think Alfred will have some importance because yes, both Ragnar and Egbert are like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out about him. That's kind of it.
Okay. I think it's pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's kinda-
Safe,
Yeah.
safe. I
Safe,
give
safe
those
zone.
the like
I
6.5
need to think
out of
more.
10. I know we put
It's
you on
like-
the spot. We put you on the spot because I said, at least I came out. I was like,
Yeah.
I ain't got shit for you yet. So
Yes.
we put you on the spot. All right, Room, we
Okay.
like your predictions
I
too.
know, I'm gonna look and see. Maybe
Jaco-
you guys inspire me though, because then I'm like, oh,
Totally.
good point. I hadn't thought of that.
So what, Jaco
So what do you
Vienings, what's
think?
coming up, my friend?
I love how you say my name. Thank you, James.
Thank you.
So Jaco thinks, who does that?
Only assholes speak to
so-
themselves
well,
in the third person.
So
by
no,
the
I
way.
was thinking about okay, that was weird. So I'm just gonna call that out and let's move on. So at the end there, Ragnar said, he came up right to your face, and he said, "Don't be afraid." My first prediction is that Ragnar is saying that not only to King Egbert, but he's also saying that to you at home to say, "Hey, it's gonna be okay."
I ain't gonna die.
Not yet.
No, that's not what he's saying. He's saying, "I am gonna die, but you know what?
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. It's gonna be okay. This is how it's supposed to happen."
You just gave me goosebumps,
Yeah,
Jaco Vienings.
everything is okay. Think of his face right now. Think of that eyes and him telling you, "Don't be afraid. It's going to be okay." Okay, that's my first prediction. Second prediction is, yes, obviously, Ivar is going back home. I think he's going to kill Lagerthaand. Because even the brothers in the episode said that. Well, let Ivar kill him then if he wants to. I think he's gonna do it. I don't want this to happen because she's been my queen.
Ah.
Hoping my wife's in watching this.
Right, your wife watching? Hey.
She's been my
Lagerthaand's
Viking
her
queen.
TV, yes.
Yes, she's my TV queen.
There you go.
Since episode
Good.
1, I love her so
Good
much.
save.
And but I do think that Ivar's going to kill her because the story needs to go on. And I think these older characters needs to die to make the story go on. I
True.
do think that I don't think that the ratings will drop once the Ragnar dies. I just think people will respect that, and that's why I'm saying, don't be afraid. It's okay. You're in good hands.
That
we
is
didn't see
huge.
we didn't see anything with the whole French campaign, but I am looking forward for a prediction to see Rollo slitting some throats alongside Bjorn. A lot of comments with you guys in the comments about those two, and I'm super excited for next week.
Yep, very much so. Wow, those were amazing predictions.
Gotta give us some.
I predict that
Rate my.
at some
and you're
point,
rating my predictions. You better give us
end
some.
the show. That's my prediction. So my biggest prediction, while she was floating away and they were setting her on fire,
Yes.
I'm not sure Aslaug is dead. Wow, I liked it. I shocked these guys. Hopefully I shocked you guys too. I'm not sure Aslaug
No.
is dead. And this goes back to
Went up in flames.
the witchiness.
Oh.
Witches don't give
Okay.
2 F's about flames.
Okay.
So
That's not what they said in the 1600s.
She's got.
Nah.
Well, they would
I
burn
watch
them,
Salem.
right?
I do the
That's
Salem after
true.
show, and fire's not so good.
Yeah, check Carrie out on the Salem After Show.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, I'm not sure that Aslaug is dead. I think she's an interesting enough piece, and I think it was way too easy. And that the sealer on this is her smile when she went down, when Lagerthaand shot her in the back.
Okay.
She smiled like,
Yes.
boom, I got you, bitch.
Agreed. I agree with you, James.
Like
I saw
Aslaug
that.
was like, this is like Aslaug was scheming just like Ragnar's been scheming. So I'm
Yeah.
not sure Aslaug is actually dead.
That's a very bold prediction.
Thank you.
Chat room kind of moving off of that, and good point of which someone doesn't like your Lagerthaand, and because of the way she killed Aslaug, and Ivar will be coming for her. Ivar and his brothers are going to wait until next season. I don't know about that though.
That's a long time.
Yeah. Bjorn and Ivar would be great stories to continue the saga. Definitely
Yeah.
agree,
Yeah.
guys. Good point. Lagerthaand will be useful when they go back to fight the Saxons. Absolutely.
True. Super Banana is saying prediction: Ivar's going to whip out an axe and do some damage. So that's what I'm thinking.
That's a pretty easy prediction there because Ivar does some mega damage with an axe. I love it.
Yeah.
Magnus will find a spine in the wilderness.
Yes, for sure.
What does that mean?
This was my other.
okay,
Because he's
yeah.
pretty boy Magnus. That was sort of my other prediction, by the way, that I didn't really get to yet. Was that Magnus is gonna have something to do with saving Ragnar? Magnus is going to have something to do with saving Ragnar in Northumbria. That I actually don't think they're going to kill off Ragnar. I think we're going to set up this pit of snakes, and I think that
They're going to go more historical.
It's Michael Hirst fucking with
I
us.
think Michael Hirst, right, is fucking with us, and I think we're going to keep Travis Fimmel, and we're going to keep Ragnar, and Magnus is going to have something to do with it, and that's why they sent him off to get a spine. And all of a sudden, he's going to come back in like a year and be like a man with hair on his chest and a beard, and he's going to like whoop some ass.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ragnar's getting pretty old. If we gotta wait like 5 years for Magnus to become a man, I'm not gonna go with a year. It's gonna be like 5.
You think it's gonna be like
Ragnar's
5?
gonna be getting really old because he's already kind of old. Which is one of those like, no, they're not old, but per their world they are.
Yeah.
They're old.
I mean, the
right?
living expand their
if
city.
Egbert respects Ragnar so much, why isn't he giving him a bath? Man, he is dirty.
That's
and he
right,
has
'cause
that
Egbert-
wound on his face.
Egbert is all about
close-up?
taking baths with people. You're right. Egbert is taking a lot of baths.
Alfred didn't think. Yeah, he was arguing him. He didn't even make a face. He
Yeah.
was smiling.
A couple
gross.
people point out how the seer was being a little weird during Aslaug's
When
death.
Aslaug went away, I'm telling
Yeah.
you guys, I think I'm onto something. I don't think
Yeah.
Aslaug is dead. I think
There might be something.
some weird witchy stuff is
Yep.
coming. And speaking
or
of weird,
even like Phoenix rebirth,
yes,
burn. Yep.
see, you burn the witch, she comes
Yep.
back to life. I'm just saying.
Good.
Speaking of coming back to life, thank you guys for your predictions and for all of your comments on this. We love you very much. Just a little heads up, next week we are not live right after the show. Our review will come the next day on Thursday evening, so you
8
won't be able
p.m.
8 p.m.
PST. Yeah.
Okay.
8 p.m. Pacific time.
Standard
Yeah.
Time.
All right, so if you guys want to be in the live chat with us, we're going to be talking about Vikings next week on Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific time, because we're in LA. We would love for you to still join in with us, but you know the holidays kind of messing up everybody's schedule. The week after that, we'll be back on. All right. We love you guys so much. We're so glad that you're here with us. We love this conversation every week. And my name is James Simmons. I love being with you guys and having this conversation. Please check me out on YouTube at Ask the NP.
And I love you guys too. My name is Kari Lane. You can find me online at Kari D Lane. That's KARIDLANE. And happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
I love you guys too. And my name is Jaco Vienings.
With that smile,
He's like, shit, I gotta say
Did
it
you
too
notice
now.
he's the mustacheless Jaco Vienings?
He's like, you look like a lumberjack.
Ragnar,
no,
thank you.
lumberjack
Ragnar,
with your
thank you for
flannel.
telling me I look like
No.
Ragnar. You guys can catch me on YouTube at Grape Escape TV. It's all about wine. If you love wine, find me there. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us on the big camera.
We love you.
We'll see you guys next week.
Happy holidays, guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.